Well, I think one of the problems with actors in this day and age is when they get an agent, they think, okay, I've done my part. I'll just sit back and I'll just wait for the phone to ring. And that is not the case. It is not the way to do this business. You have to constantly market yourself. And it's great to have an agent. It's great to have a manager. It's great to have both. It's great to have a couple of agents. I'm a non-exclusive agent. So do have talent that have more than one agent. And I encourage that because, as I said earlier, when you've got more than one agent and you've got more than one person working for you and they're working together for your good, you always succeed in the end. So I feel as though talent have to market themselves, be prepared with business cards, have their reel updated, utilize Actors Access constantly, utilize all the benefits that are on breakdown services so that they can promote their trade and promote their talents, because the agent can't be everywhere and the agent is not going to find out about every opportunity. So you as an actor, when you go out places, when you see things taking place, when you hear of new businesses, stop by, take a business card and say, I see you're opening up a new business. I'm an actor. Here's my card. And if you need someone to do a commercial or if you need someone for print work, I'm available. You have to keep doing that, because if you just wait for their agent to call you, you're not going to have a fully successful career. You're not going to make a lot of money, because if you rely solely on one person who's representing hundreds of others, you're going to shortchange yourself in the end. And so it's very important that you use these marketing tools so that you can be a professional and have professional representation and be right on the mark, to where you go and audition and someone says, this is great, this is great. Yes, you have an agent. Yes, you're constantly acting, constantly taking workshops, constantly going to classes. And some people say, well, I can't afford workshops. Well, universities offer free classes. You can check on online websites. Different universities in LA, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas even, they offer free community classes. And a lot of times you can audit a class and go to see someone's class to see what they do, what their techniques are, and then learn more about them. And then if you choose to sign up, you can. And if not, at least you've learned from the classes and from the instructor. And it's all about learning and feeling as though you've got to step out of your box. You've got to always be willing to learn and train and take feedback, because that's very important in this industry. If you limit yourself and you don't accept feedback well and you don't want to learn more, then you'll stay stagnant. And as the industry's growing and as all your friends and actor friends around you are getting roles, you're sitting around waiting for the phone to ring, and it just doesn't happen, unfortunately. Well, the first thing I do is tell them not to quit their day job. That's very important. I do have a lot of actors right now that I represent that want to come out to LA. They want to jump into it. And I guess one of the misconceptions is, and I go over this in some of my training classes as well as on my website, LA is one of the greatest places in the world to work as an actor. And it's got actually one of the most areas of opportunity. But if you show up unannounced and unknown without a job, you're going to suffer, and you're going to end up going back home very shortly, because there's so much competition, and you have to realize that you think you're being submitted for, a role, maybe 50, 60, 70 people. Thousands of actors are being submitted for roles every day, the same role. So if you pack up and you leave your job and you leave your family and you head out to LA with your backpack on your back, thinking you're going to get a job, you're probably going to end up as a waiter, which many LA actors are. And then after a while, when you see the rejection and you see the fact that you go in 100 auditions and you may get one role or one callback, you're going to get very discouraged very quickly. And I also tell people, when you come out to LA, make sure you have a savings account. Make sure you have things in order so that you can do it professionally. And what I suggest is, for anybody in the industry wanting to move out to LA, get in the door, get some roles, get known. You and your agent, get your name known so that when you go before a casting director, they can remember you. Get submitted for roles. Some people don't have the benefit of traveling across the country for an audition. That's the beauty of EchoCast. You can actually be in North Carolina and you can audition for a role in LA. And if you get it, great, you hop on a plane and you fly out there. So that's another wonderful tool that I feel that actors need to use. And, I hope eventually one day all casting directors and all agents will use it, because it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And especially with the price of gas going up all the time, that would even make it even more beneficial. But when you come out to LA, make sure that you're prepared. You don't want to come out new, wet behind the ears. You don't want to come out with 5 extra roles in the back of your resume, which, to start with, you don't put extra roles on your resume, which a lot of talent do, unfortunately. But you want to come out there with something to show. You can be really talented and still come out to LA and not get work. So I always tell them, make the preparation, and if you want to do it, set your goal, set a time frame, maybe a year or two down the road, and then just keep acting, keep working, keep training, keep being represented, widen your horizons. If you find out of an agent that's taking on new talent for certain areas, research them, check into them, and then just always do your part to be professional and to do the best you can do as an actor, and then things will come around for you and people will start talking about you. But it does take time, and I don't suggest jumping into it because it's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of competition, and that's another reason why I don't like for actors to get discouraged, because they see that and they see how much competition there is, and they say, wow, I've been at this for a year or two and I'm still not where I want to be. If you love the business and if you're passionate, you'll stick with it. I've been in the business 44 years and I haven't faded out with my passion for it yet. So not that everybody can keep that kind of passion that long, but as long as you have the passion and you're willing to do what it takes and be adaptable, be flexible. If you're a certain type, and that's the only role that you ever want to audition for, you're going to limit yourself. So you have to be open to other things. Check into the comedy aspect. Check into different venues of things that are going on in different types of shows, and widen your horizons and learn as much as you can. And the buzz will go on. I have talent now that a year ago were not known in Los Angeles at all. And now they're getting called for castings, and I'm getting emails saying, by the way, so-and-so was here a few months ago or 6 months ago, or I saw them on tape. I'd like to audition them. And that's really good. And when I come out here, my talent back home are saying, what can I do to get to LA? And they're always asking that question. So, but I found a lot of people out here in Los Angeles that, pursued their dream or tried to, and then they were shocked when they got to LA and found out it's much different than what they think it is. And it's not all the glitz and glimmer. It's not all the red carpet. You have to work to get there, and it takes time. And no famous actor was ever made famous overnight. It took time, work, training, persistence, and loyalty to your agent and to yourself. And that's what makes you a successful actor.